Hi, everyone. I'm Pushpa. We're here at JLL at Disrupt CRE in San Francisco. I've got my final interview for the day before we bring back my co-host, Stephen Hopkins, and the co-founder and CEO of Disrupt CRE, Mariel, who are going to talk about the entire day. And Neil Fitzgerald is here with me. He's the director of our data and information management group here in the Americas,
That's
quite
correct.
frankly,
Yeah.
right? Neil, we've been talking all day long about all kinds of technology, the information that those technologies gather up, but you got to do something with it, right? And you have to make sure that what you even get is worth it.
Yep, usable.
So that's a lot of what you focus on.
That's correct,
So tell me about that.
So I'm part of the data team, we call ourselves that. And we've been around for about 3 years. There's about 150 of us globally now. And
at JLL.
At JLL. And if you look at sort of data analytics as kind of a triangle, where you look at technology, as you mentioned, as one part of that.
I feel like we got to be drawing on the whiteboard.
Yeah, I need a whiteboard. Can you tell I'm technology oriented? If you look at data as the other sort of piece of that, and then decision makers as the other piece of that triangle, we're really focused on those first two, getting the data and the technology organized in a way that we can facilitate that last group, the decision makers, usually brokers, advisors, et cetera.
Okay. And what do you see coming out of that is different than before? I mean, were you always at JLL, or have you come from other companies?
No.
And what kinds of insights can be brought to the commercial real estate world? Because we've been hearing a lot about how we're behind, right? And trying to catch up, and that's what a lot of this day is about. So what are you seeing?
Yeah, so quick observation, there's certainly opportunity. The world in real estate in JLL is ripe for sort of enhancement, if you will, in this space. So I've actually been in business intelligence and analytics for about 20 years now. I worked for software companies in this space. I've done my own consulting in this space.
Okay.
And now I'm helping JLL get organized around organizing their data to take advantage of that. And sort of the further good news is that there is a lot of acceleration. We see that. If you look at all the work we're doing in sort of organizing data, it's sort of the sort of grinding work, but that's happening.
Right.
And the team globally has
and people haven't historically wanted to do that grinding, as you call it, because that's how they look at it too.
It is, but it's critical. If you don't do that grinding up front, then all the stuff with the technology and the fancy visualizations and VR and AR,
do that either.
It doesn't help. And in fact, it could lead you down the wrong path.
Right.
So it's that sort of classic cliche of garbage in, garbage out. You really got to focus on that first pillar of data analytics, which is getting your data organized, getting it cleansed, deduplicated, all those fun terms, getting it organized so that you can apply the tools to do smart things and fun things, like figuring out propensity to renew or the need to expand into a flexible space or contract from that space.
Now, is what you're getting at more along the predictive analytics that people have been talking about a lot, but I haven't seen a ton of it?
Yeah.
Lots of the reason is because their data isn't captured properly.
Correct.
Cleansed,
Right.
et cetera,
Make predictions on bad data, and it's worse than making no predictions at all. Right. So at JLL, we spend a lot of time, and we continue to do so, at organizing that data to facilitate those insights, foresights, forecasting, if you will, and then sort of the next step is prescriptive type of analytics, where you actually have the technology start to make recommendations
that'd be cool.
on where you should go, what you should think about. You're going to need space in X many months. You should start looking at it now.
So that's exciting stuff.
I think so.
What else are you excited about that you either know is coming down the line that we can adopt as an industry, or that you wish someone would come up with and really just get in there?
It's walking around the floor today and meeting some of the vendors and some of our colleagues in the space. It's very exciting because you can see some of the stuff trickling in and being created as we speak. Things like virtual reality, augmented reality. There's tools out there now that are starting to sort of scratch that surface. Blockchain is interesting, a potential industry that's kind of ripe for that kind of ledger and / process efficiency or streamlining. Another one I like, and I think is inevitable, is the idea of the application of web services and sophisticated data models on the whole brokerage process. And it's better to be part of the change than to be replaced by the change. So I think we need to adopt that mapping, those mapping models.
And I think that's what Andy Poppink was talking about earlier in his keynote, actually, is exactly those kinds of things.
Very exciting stuff.
So thank you for being with us here today,
Yeah.
Neil. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you got a chance to walk around and
Yeah.
check stuff out and bring it all home for us.
Great. Thanks a lot for having me.
Appreciate it.